Today is 581st day to come here to share us learn, and I'm learning. I hope this has to support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. I was always listening that people need to be physically strong, emotionally strong, and then mentally strong. And I was always thinking what that truly means. What is the difference between emotional strength and mental strength? And for me, it always seemed the same thing. Emotional, it says you need to be resilient. Mental, you need to be resilient. I never really looked into what is mental strength and what is emotional strength. At the same time, I looked into what is that physical strength. So I would love to start from the easiest one, from physical strength, and move to mental and then emotional strength. So first, of course, when I think about physical strength, I truly believe that every single person, if you want to feel alive, they need to have that physical strength. They need to have that physical awareness where they are. So physically strong people, what they are, they have strength and power. So it could be that they are able to lift big weights, large weights, or they are going to gym and are lifting weights, or any kind of job that really requires strength and power. Second thing, that physically strong people, they have endurance and stamina. So that means they're able to run. It depends on what kind of sport, because one sport requires a lot of strength, physical strength, and some needs endurance. So running, of course, you need to have stamina. It's not as important to be very strong and lift weights, but it's very important to have that stamina and endure for a long time. And last one is flexibility and mobility. A lot of times, especially in bodybuilders, are building themselves so much, but they forget about flexibility and then they're walking like closets. But I truly believe that it's always very important to not neglect flexibility and mobility, because that allows to really to feel your body. And when you feel your body, you feel yourself much more. I truly believe that. Now, and when you think about what allows to build physical strength, and two main things is consistency and self-discipline. Of course, without it will not be able to build full physical strength. And the second thing is that mental resilience, because you need to be able to control yourself. And of course, that's if you have mental resilience, of course, you'll be able to be self-disciplined. Now, I would love to go to mental strength. So what kind of person is mentally strong? So first is resilient. Of course, if you want to be mentally strong, you need to understand how to build your resilience, because mentally strong people are resilient. When something comes up, when setbacks, disappointments, they're able to bounce back. They don't live in a victimized, oh, this has happened to me. No, this has happened for you. This is, you learn a lot of things and you're moving forward. Second, they are determined. When they said that they will do something, they will better do. Because this is important for me, I will do it. I will better die than I will not do it. Because people say that if we will be challenged, and we will run on a treadmill, there's two chances. You will finish first or I will die. Because that is determination that people go into competition. Number three is self-discipline. Of course, mentally strong people, they understand how important it is to discipline yourself. Because if you do not discipline yourself, life will discipline you. If you do not discipline yourself, that means you will have a job. And again, of course, if you want to have a job, that's okay. But a lot of times people say, I want to be a business owner. So number one thing what you need to build is self-discipline. Number four is great in problem solving. Mentally strong people have their mental capacity very high. So they have a lot of experience and they understand that if you want to improve and get better, you need to solve problems. So they always look into where I could solve problems. Maybe if I don't have any problem for myself, maybe I'm able to go and solve other people's problems. Most people build a business not for their own problem, even though that they do. But a lot of times people build a business around other people's problems. So that means that if you want to be successful in life, you need to be able to problem solve. And number five is optimistic. People need to believe in their own abilities to really achieve great things. They need to believe in everything what they said they will do. Because if you don't believe in it and you have negative expectations, your actions will align with your negative expectations. But when you're optimistic and you know that this could happen, I know that it could, I believe, I have a hope and faith that it could make it happen. And of course, you take actions based on your belief. And of course, if you're optimistic, you take optimistic and positive actions. And positive actions lead to positive results. Now, I would love to move to emotional strength. Now, for me, I think that that's where I needed to grow the most. I was always mentally strong, but I was not always emotionally strong. I was struggling with that because I grew up in believing that I need to be very mentally strong, and I was, but I didn't understand what is that emotional strength. Because first thing that's what emotionally strong people do is they self-aware. They're emotionally self-aware. And of course, aware about other people, but emotionally aware. So what kind of emotions do you feel? What other people, what kind of emotions do they feel? Because when you're able to be aware of the emotions, you have a lot of choice. Because one thing is that when you have awareness, that is the first step to anything in life. So if you have awareness of your emotions, you're able to improve, get better, and move forward. Number two is emotional resilient. That was for me the biggest challenge. What is the difference between resilient and emotionally resilient? The number one thing is that a lot of times setbacks will make you resilient. So that means it will require you to bounce back and do the things again. But emotional resilient is that a lot of times setbacks doesn't impact your emotions. So, but when those huge setbacks and disappointments hit you, that means you need to have emotional resilience at that moment and really bounce back with your emotions as well. So not all setbacks really involves your emotions. It's just very short setback, but some big, large disappointments requires you to be emotionally resilient. Number three is able to regulate emotions. Able to regulate emotions. So that means when you're aware, of course, you're able to regulate, understand, okay, this is, I need to be more empathetic, this is, I want to be more different ways. So that means you are able to figure out what kind of emotions you want to pursue and what kind of emotion you want to feel now to be able to pursue goals in the best way. Number four is empathetic. So that means people are able to understand other people in a deeper level. Because when people understand people in deeper level, you're able to build more connections, better connections, and better connections leads to networking. And there are so many great opportunities are coming from being more empathetic. And the last one is emotionally authentic. So it means people who are emotionally strong, they are not afraid to be themselves. This is my emotion. This is how I feel. And it doesn't matter how you feel about emotion because I want to be myself. And I will feel emotions that I want to feel and I will do what is required for me to. Of course, I don't say that always authentic is the best because sometimes you need to ask what is the best fit for that situation. Because of course, if you are dealing with a very big deal that will allow you to make millions of dollars, you're not supposed to be authentic. You're emotionally and be disappointed or have some sad emotions. No, you need to uplift and say, what is my best version of myself? What is the best version of myself? And what best version of myself, how he shows himself emotionally, and how he could show himself authentically and emotionally. So that means sometimes you need to see authentic self, not current emotional state, but future you self. And when you're able to do that, of course, there is so many things that's possible. So today I want to really look into more deeply what like physical strength, emotional strength, and mental strength truly means. Because when you have those three, when you really are mentally, emotionally, and physically strong, there is no goal that you are not able to pursue. Sometimes those goals will take a little bit longer, sometimes it will take shorter, but at the end of the day, if you have those three, you're able to pursue any kind of goal. So pursue first building those, because when you will build those, any kind of goal will work. I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.